Recording in progress.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Or shall I say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. This is part two of Assembly of the Righteous. This is part two of Assembly of the Righteous, and today is April 25th, 2026. April 25th, 2026. And today is the Sabbath, and we're in 1 Kings chapter 17. This is 1 Kings chapter 17. In part one, we did a recap of 1 Kings chapter 16, some things that happened, and then Ahab becoming king, and then he married Jezebel, and then he did a lot of things that was evil in the Creator's sight. Then in the beginning of 17, verse 1 through 4. No, verse 1 in general, just verse 1, Elijah popped on the scene. In 1 Kings 17, Elijah just popped on the scene out of nowhere. You know, I guess that's how the Creator set up his prophets. They come and he come and speak whatever the Creator's saying. So when the Creator, little sister Miller back in. So the Creator, he popped on the scene out of nowhere in 1 Kings chapter 17, and he came, the Tishbite, he came and told Ahab, he came and spoke in the name of Yah. And what happened was that he told, well, this is just a recap, the Creator told him to go tell Ahab. He said, this is the key. This is what I want everybody to know. I'm going ahead and read this first verse. This is something everybody needs to recognize and realize. This is why we read this every Sabbath, about the Creator will set up a prophet, and he will speak according to his name. In verse 1, chapter 17, verse 1 states, and Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as Yah, the Father of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there should not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. Now we got to realize that even though, like I always said, the Creator always have his people in different places. Now this is something, thank you, Father, for giving me this. Just hit me. A lot of time we think the Creator is nowhere around in places of evil and evil doings, right? Now this is in Israel. I don't know how many people recognize it. A lot of people, you got to understand, you had Judah in one area, and now that we come to know Samaria is on a hill, Samaria wasn't the whole land. Samaria was built by Omri. We just shared in verse 16, what we did last week. Omri bought a land in 1 Kings 16, verse 24, and he bought the hill Samaria of Shamir for 2 talents of silver, and built on the hill, and called the name of the city which he built after the name of Shamir, owner of the hill Samaria. So it was a city on a hill, which was, you could say, on a mountain or on a big hill. A certain city was in an area in the land of quote unquote Canaan. But every time we always hear Samaria, 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 Samaria. But this is where this city became known at. See what I'm saying? A lot of people always talk about Samaria, but Samaria wasn't the whole land. Samaria was a city in the land of the 10 tribes. This is why we got to start studying to understand. So now, majority of the time we talk here throughout this is where the king, I guess this is the area where the king stood or stayed at from that point of time, from that point on. That's why they always talk about Samaria. Samaria was the area where Omri, that king, bought that hill, Omri, O-M-R-I, where he bought the hill to place, and he built the city there. He still did evil, and then that's when Ahab arose. Then Ahab started doing things in Samaria, which was a city, right? But all the 10 tribes were still doing evil, not the whole tribe, because you had people in those tribes still doing the will of the Creator, still doing the will of Yah. So We can't blame everybody. This is what gets me with these people talking about something. You can't do the land, you can't do the law or the Creator's word in an unclean land. Even though they was in the land and the land was unclean by the ways of the kings or the people, it was either the king making them do wrong or the people choosing to do wrong. Now, the Creator was always there. How the Creator was there? His prophets. Elijah came up out of nowhere in Gilead, and he's a native of Gilead. He came up out of nowhere. He went straight to Ahab and told him, there should be, what do you say? And said unto Ahab, and say, as Yah of Israel liveth, before whom I stand. I stand before the Creator, meaning that I am the mouth of Yah. He's speaking in the name of Yah. There shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. He's speaking in the name of Yah. It's not him who's speaking, because he just gave you the understanding. Now, some people will say, see, it's him that's speaking. He just said in the beginning of that, as the Yah of Israel liveth, before whom I stand. He's letting you know right now, he's speaking through in the name of Yah. So, he said there should be no rain or dew. And you know if there's no dew, it's dry. It's dried up. If it ain't no dew, you know dew is in the morning. That means it's moisture. There's no dew, that means it's going to be dry. So when he said that, then Elijah fed by the raven. Then there was another commandment that the Creator told. He told Elijah to go by the brook, Cherith, Cherith, that is before Jordan. So go by that brook and there drink the water from that brook, and also the raven's going to feed you. The ravens brought him bread and they brought him flesh. Now, I don't know if the flesh was cooked or if when the flesh came, he cooked it himself, or I don't know what he did. But the point is, the ravens brought him to him. And because, as I was sharing with you also, ravens are very smart. I heard that you can train them easy too. And I hear they don't forget. So the ravens, they fed him. They fed him bread and they fed him flesh, and he would drink water from the brook. And at the end of 7, it says, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up because there had been no rain in the land. So that was the first 7 verses. Now we're going into verse 8, which is Elijah and the widow of Zarephath. Now I'm going, and this right, Elijah just coming in. Now things are beginning to happen. Now, I guess when we get in Second Chronicles, or in Chronicles, Dad, I don't know about second. When we get in the Chronicles, more information will come out about Elijah. But right now, this is the first time Elijah stepped on the scene. Out of nowhere, we hear about Elijah according to the Kings. Now, this is 1 Kings 17. This is where we at. Now, verse 8. We're in verse 8 right now. It says, Elijah and the widow of Zarephath. Verse 8. And the word of Yah came unto him, saying, see? Arise, get thee up to Zarephath. Now, this is where the Creator talking to him. Get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. You see that? So now what happened was, see, if you notice here, this is the Creator talking to him. The Creator, by the voice of the Creator, he told him to get up, and he had him living the way he wanted him to live. So what happened was, it was all dried up. They wasn't eating anything. I don't know what they was doing. He was eating from the ravens and from the bread that the ravens brought, flesh and bread. And he also, he drank water from the brook, right? And then, now that it all dried up, the Creator told him to go to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, meaning this is a people or the land which that dwelt in that area, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. Now she's a widow. Remember, we're supposed to take care of the widows, but she must have knew how to take care of herself. She's a widow. She must have been left land and stuff like that. Let's see what happens. Verse 10. So he arose and went to Zarephath. He went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a widow woman was there gathering of sticks. The widow woman was there gathering of sticks. She was working. And he called to her and said, fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink. Now you see this? Even though he went there, he just told her, fetch me some water, little water in a vessel. Some women today, they'll get upset. Fetch you? What you talking about, fetch you? What you talking about? Go get you. Go get it yourself. You see? Yeah, I know they do it. 11. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. Why are you going to get it? Bring me some bread. And he said, bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, as Yah and she said, as Yah thy father liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a. I have not a cake. I don't have a cake, meaning she don't have no bread. She don't have no loaf. Cake is what they used to call cakes. You know, like you get a cookie. My great grandmother used to call a cookie cake. Bring me a cake. Bring me a cake. You know, she wouldn't say cookie. She'd say cake. She'd call cake. Pound cake, or she would call cookies cakes. You know, she called them cakes. I pray thee, says, and she said, as Yah thy father liveth, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal. You know what meal is? Like we got cornmeal. Now cornmeal is more like grind. Flour is more like, well, we know what flour is. Flour is like powder. Meal is like grind. Is grounded. So I had a handful of meal. I have a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil, in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it, and he said, and die. She said, and die, that we may eat it. Now, why did she say that? Why would people think she said that? The reason she said that, because it was famine in the land. Remember, I told you it's 4 sword judgment that the Creator used. 4 sword judgments. One is the pestilence. The pestilence is the plague that it goes through, and people get sicknesses all over the land or what have you. That's one. The other one is the pestilence and the famine. Famine is when there's no food. Everything is dried up. There's no water, no food. That's why she said that they may eat that little bit and die. Because she said she only had he said, bring me some bread. She ain't had no bread. She said, all I got is what's called, but in a barrel. A handful of meal. Might as well say you only got a handful of meal in a barrel. It's on the barrel, just a handful, it's not much. That me and my son, and I got the sticks so I can dress it. Mainly you buying the sticks so she can do what? Make a fire. She got sticks so she can make a fire, and then she can dress it and cook it. Then she said so they could die. And Elijah said unto her, fear not. Go and do as thou said. I mean, go and do what you said you was going to do. But make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me. But make me some cake first and bring it to me. And bring it unto me. And after make for thee and for thy son. And after you make it for me, make it for you and your son. So she could be making it all together, but making it for him, or she could have did like he said. I don't know. She could have made it for him first and then make it for her and her son. But the whole point is, let's see what it said. Said, go and do as thou said. So she's still going to do it, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. So she probably going to do it all together, or she probably made it for him first. It all depends on how you look at it. 14. For thus said Yah, okay, go to Creator speaking right here. For thus said Yah, Father of Israel, this is him speaking in the name of Yah. He's speaking in the name by saying, thus said Yah. A lot of people looking for a specific name. Oh, but thus said Yahuwah. For thus said Ahaya, or whatever name. People are so ignorant. I gotta say it. People are so ignorant, they're looking for a specific name when they're speaking in the name of the Creator just by doing what he said do. The principle. For thus said Yah, the Father of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste. It ain't going to go to waste. Shall not waste. Neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yah sendeth rain upon the earth. You see that? When the Father said, you're going to keep it until rain comes. I don't care how much, even though you got a handful, you're going to keep what you have. Just getting the prophecies real quick. Okay. Said, fear not. Let me hit that. Under, fear not. Okay. For thus saith Yah, Father of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail until the day that Yah sendeth rain upon the earth. 15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah. She went and did what, see, she didn't fight. She just did what he said do. A lot of women today would be sitting up, I ain't doing nothing. And you know what? I seen a couple of videos, right? This guy was walking and he put some money, or he put something, this other one, I'll just give you this one first. He had like a bag, right? He had a bag, had some money in it. He took it and he threw it at the girl. The girl took it, she threw it back. He took it, he threw it at her, and she threw it back. Then he threw it at this guy. The guy took it, he opened it up. No, no, that was the thing on the back. But when he threw it at her, she threw it back. She threw it and threw it. He picked it up, he opened it up. Now he was standing by a lake or like a pool or pond. He was standing by a lake, he pulled out money. She went and tried to grab the money, he snatched it back, she fell into the pond. Because she's too busy, instead of trying to see what could have been in there, could have been for her. That's what happened. He had the bag, he threw it at her, she picked it up, she threw it back. He threw it and hit her with it, she hit him back with it. He picked it up, he opened it up, he pulled that money out. She wouldn't try to grab the money, he pulled it back. A lot of people don't have the mindset to sit up and think or try to find out or seek information before they react. People react too quick today without trying to get an understanding of certain things. And I just brought that up for that point of view. So again, 15. And she went and did according to the saying of Elijah. And she did, and she and he and her house did eat many days. You see that? And she and he and her house did eat many days. So that means that By listening, nowadays you got women don't want to do nothing. They feel like marriage is a what they say. Marriage is slavery. They don't even know. They ain't even been in the marriage to know what slavery is about. Talking about marriage is slavery. A lot of these women, boy, and they're the one who raising these young men. They're the ones who raising these men and looking at slavery the way they're looking at it. Verse 16. And the barrel of meal waste not, neither did the cruse. And the barrel of meal waste not, neither did the cruse of oil fail. According to the word of Yah. See that? According to the word of Yah, which he spake by, see who's speaking? I try to get people to understand who's doing the talking. A lot of people think it's the man talking. It's the creator talking through man. This is why people miss their blessings. When the creator try to give a word through somebody, and I don't care who it may be, the father be trying to give a word through somebody and somebody else take offense. Why? Because their own intellect. Whatever it may be, hateful, jealousy, mocking, just don't like the person because of who they are, whatever it is. That's sad because the creator, you will never know who the creator is using at what point in time and at any time. You never know. And a lot of people miss out on their blessings because of that situation. Elijah raises the widow's son. Now, this is where we at right now. Elijah raises the widow's son. Verse 17, and it came to pass. Now, see, when I say it came to pass, I try to get people to understand something have to come to pass. Now, this right here happened at one point in time. We see where Elijah came on the scene. He told Ahab, it ain't going to be no rain or dew, meaning it's going to be dry. Meaning that it's getting ready to be a famine in the land until by my word. And then he went and prepared himself by the word of the Father. The Father told him, go sit by the book, Cherith. Go sit by the brook Cherith and drink water. Drink from the water of the brook, and the raven's going to feed you. Right? He did what was said. Then came a point where the creator, after the brook dried up, he said, I got a woman, he said, verse 8, and the word of Yah came unto him, saying, arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, which is the people, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. Now, he commanded her, but don't look like he talked to her yet, because she thought she was going to die. So what it is by his command, he already set out the word, what she's going to do. She don't know what's going on, but the whole point is the creator already know. So by him going to do what the creator said do, he's going to meet this woman, and everything happened, everything follows suit according to the word of Yah. Especially verse 16. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of Yah, which he spake by Elijah. Some people was like, that's Elijah talking. Some people like, this is whoever talking. That's you talking. You don't know who the creator is talking through. That's why it's always good to listen. Verse 18, Elijah raises the widow's son. Verse 17. And it came to pass after these things that the son, I always talk about it come to pass. After these things, let me make sure I get that it come to pass, because it always come to pass. After these things, see that? And it came to pass after these things that the son of the woman, now he's staying with them, right? That the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick. The young man fell sick. The son fell sick. That the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick, and his sickness was so sore that there was no breath left in him. No breath left. 18. And she said unto Elijah, what have I to do with thee, O man of Yah? You see that? Oh man, you the man of the Father. Art thou come unto me to call my sin to remembrance and to slay my son? Why would she say that? After you've been sitting up eating days and only had a morsel of a little bit of meal. Art thou come unto me to call my son to remembrance and to slay my son? Why would she say something like that? I don't know if I should put this in this. All right. In remembrance and to slay my son. And he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out from her bosom and carried him up into a loft, where he abode and laid him upon his own bed. He brought him on his own bed. He was up in the loft. So he's standing up. He must stand upstairs. We sometimes we call an attic, which is a loft, is a room upstairs, into a loft. Her bosom and carried him up into a loft, where he abode, where he was at, and laid him upon his own bed. And he cried unto Yah and said, O Yah, my father, and said, O Yah, my father, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourned by slaying her son? All right. And he stretched himself upon the child 3 times and cried unto Yah and said, O Yah, 3 times, key. And he stretched himself upon the child 3 times and cried unto Yah and said, O Yah, my father, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. Come into him again. And Yah heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into unto him again, and he revived. Let me go with this one. And he revived. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house. So he took him out of the loft, brought him back down. Out of the chamber into the house and delivered him into his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. He cried unto the Creator. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of Yah, and have the word of Yah in thy mouth. This thy mouth is truth. Now that was her proof, even though all the stuff they've been going through. That was her proof. She said, and the woman said to Eli, now, you see, say, now by this, I know that thou art a man of Yah. And that the word of Yah in thy mouth is truth. That was a miracle she saw. She knew he was gone. She knew he was gone. His life was passed from the body. And he went up and he prayed to the Creator. So she may have doubt in her mind. She may have had doubt in her mind, not by the Creator, but just by who he may have been. Just by who he may have been, but by being because it was other quote unquote, and I wouldn't say that with Elijah, but I guess that was just her thinking. And women was more, I would like to just say more. I wouldn't say obedient as in being in control of them, but they were more compromising then. Let me put it like that. Women was more compromising then, so she still did everything he said do. The Creator said he set it up, so she didn't know what the Creator set up. The Creator just let Elijah know what he set up and said the woman's going to take care of you. So this would end up happening, and this was the miracle that the woman saw that knew that he was a man of Yah by saving the son, according to, even though they ate many days. She said she only had a morsel of bread and they was going to die. So this being where it is and where we at this moment in time, who knows what would end up happening or what could have happened, So, but the whole thing is where we at right now. A lot of people never know what's next or what could happen. Is there anything that y'all would like to? First of all, I'd like to thank, I don't know if I said in the beginning of part 2, but usually I come in with it. I'd like to thank our sister Julia. Well, first I'd like to thank my sister, my baby, Miss Joe, my baby, she's on at the moment. Sister Julia, Sister Miller, and also my brother Cass. Like, I'm glad to see he's back. I ain't seen him. I missed him last week. But I'm glad everybody's back and here at this point in time. Anything y'all want to share on this point of view of 1 Kings 17? Anybody want to share? If you like, according to what y'all got out of the story? That's if you like it. It's not mandatory, just asking. But that was something just in general for her to think, because just at the end of that, let me hit that again. At the end, she said, and Elijah took the child and brought him down out of this, verse 23. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house and delivered him into his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of Yah, and that the word of Yah in thy mouth is truth. And you know what? Only thing I can see at that point is that all them other prophets and priests and stuff remember Ahab. Now remember Ahab, which we haven't gotten to yet because this just came about. Ahab had what 200 and so many 400 or so many different prophets or priests, or bishops, whatever. And there weren't no bishops, but it was prophets and priests that he had. So she said, okay, now I know that you are true. You're true. And this is what I believe on that point right there. That's why she said, now by this I know that thou art a man of Yah. By this happening, I know that you, and that's the only thing I can think of why she would say that. That's the only thing I can think of why she would say that, because she's seen a real miracle happen. Now, before, even though they was eating all this time, they was eating and things was happening. I don't know how long it would have lasted or what have you. But at this point in time, according to this story, excuse me, according to this story, that's what she saw. And like I said, we know that Ahab, he had a whole lot. He had 100, I think a couple of hundred, at least a couple of hundred or more bishops or priests, whatever you want to go. Not, I keep saying bishop, priests or prophets. Remember, called Jezebel, they had all these different people set up. So that's the only reason why I can say that, why she said that. And she's seen it for herself. So other than that, I was just checking to see if anybody wanted to share or have anything they wanted to say according to it. If so, if no, we can go ahead and end it for today. Beautiful Sabbath day that we have at this moment. So if no one else have anything to say, I'm going to go ahead and end this right quick. We're going to take it on out. Yeah, I think that right there told the difference right there. She said, by this. I didn't. Let me get back to, I didn't put my 18 together. 1 Kings 18. 17. 18 is next. 18 is next week. There we go. So now that we're at this point, I'd like to thank everybody that came through. Julia, Sister Miller, my brother Cass, and my baby Joanne. Just like to share that we're getting ready to leave. This is Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. And it states, and this is the benediction. It states, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, and Yah will bless them. His name is the law, and he will bless you by keeping his law, which is his name. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekevo, Vakuto V'olam, Va'ed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Bless you, Father. Thank you for another beautiful Sabbath day that we come together and do your will as we come together and build in your name, in your word, and in your law. We bless you, praise you, and thank you. We ask you to lift us with your Ruach, that we may grow in your name, in your word, in your way. We thank you for another beautiful Sabbath day. And in all these words we pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Excuse me. Now, since we're right here at this point of view, we are getting ready to share information. This is the Sabbath. And don't forget that we have Zooms. We have Zoom meetings throughout the week, as well as what we have at this moment in time. And on the Zoom, we have one private class, and we have the rest public, which I'm going to share with you as well. The private class is on Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. and night after Tuesday at 9 p.m. This is called Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. It's private and is on Zoom only. It's on Zoom only, which is Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. So that's on Zoom only at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's at 9 p.m. after Tuesday Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time as well. And that's Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. What I'd like for you to, if you text me your name, number, and email, I'll text you the information to all I text you the info. I send you the email to all the different platforms that we do. So, but if you text me your name, number, and email, which is at 770-572-5315. Again, that's 770-572-5315. Text me that. I can log you in. Excuse me, and send you the information in your email on the invitations to the Zooms. And also, you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. Again, that's lkhyym@gmail.com. All right. Now, if you'd like to get on the other platform, that was Introduction to Psalm Class of Knowledge, which is on Tuesdays, as I just shared with you. But we're also here where, like we are today, on the Sabbath day at 12 p.m. noon Eastern. That's 12 p.m. noon Eastern at on Assembly of the Righteous, Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous. We're right here. You're welcome to come in and tune in on either one of the other platform as well as right here on Zoom. Excuse me. And then we're on the day we call Sunday, which is the first day of the week. We're actually the night after the first day, which is the night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that platform is called Fight Fire with Truth. Excuse me. Fight Fire with Truth. That's on night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we have the night after Monday. We have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we're back to Tuesdays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern and at 9 p.m. Eastern. Those are the Zooms. Now, other than on the Zooms, we're actually on YouTube. You can connect with us on YouTube at YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter. That's YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, at JuicePro33, all together, which is one word. Which is JUICEPRO33. Again, that's JUICEPRO33. You can like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. You can like, subscribe, and share on there. And you can also connect with us on the X, formerly known as Twitter, on JuicePro33. All right. Then you can also connect with us on Facebook. The Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. Again, that's MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. That's Mikael Harris on Facebook. You can connect with us there. And you can also connect with us on Instagram and TikTok. That's Instagram and TikTok. You can connect with us on those as well at L'chaim_the_juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKH. Excuse me. YYM_THEJUICE. All right. You can also connect with us on our other TikTok. I said that was TikTok and Instagram. Our other TikTok is and our other YouTube. Our other TikTok and our other YouTube is Michael the Juice Harris, which is spelled all together, one word, MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Again, MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. That's Michael Juice Harris, all together, one word. You can like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And don't forget, we're also on Instagram, TikTok with Michael Juice Harris as well, all together, one word. Now, last but not least, you can connect with us on Facebook. Why did it come to my mind? You can connect with us on rumble.com and patreon.com. Rumble.com/LKHYYM and patreon.com/LKHYYM. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, excuse me, your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We appreciate love you. We'll see you soon. And always, peace. I'd like to say bye first to Zoom. You've been on the longest. We'll see you soon. We thank you. We appreciate love you. And also, we'll see you soon. Thank you. Appreciate love you. And always. Peace.
Recording stopped.
All right. And over here on Facebook, we thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Peace. There we go. And over here on Instagram, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace. And on YouTube Live, I'd like to thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace.